Hello friends, today I am here to discuss the most important topic in pediatric, that is newborn baby care. So let's start with this topic. Start with the definition. What is newborn care? Care provided to the newborn from the time of birth to about the first month of life is known as the newborn care. Means the care which is provided to the baby after the birth. It is known as newborn care. This care is provided to baby to prevent the risk of illnesses and for the growth of that baby. Now we will move towards the purposes behind newborn care. First, to clear air passage and facilitate breathing. As the baby before birth is in the intrauterine environment which is surrounded by the amniotic fluid. So that's amniotic fluid is present in the air passage of the baby. So for the normal breathing we have to clear that air passage by suctioning. Second, to observe for any external anomalies, means if the baby is having any external anomalies or any defect which we have to observe. Third purpose, to provide adequate warmth. As the baby's temperature we should have to maintain after the birth, so for that we have to provide the warmthness to the baby for the temperature maintenance. Fourth purpose, to prevent injury and infection. As the baby's immunity is very low, so that's why they are more prone to the infection. For that prevention we have to provide the newborn care, and for the prevention of injury also we have to provide the newborn care. Fifth purpose, to keep the baby clean. As the babies are so sensitive and they are more prone to the infection, for that prevention we have to keep the baby clean. Then last purpose, to help the newborn to adapt to the extrauterine environment. As before the birth baby is in the intrauterine environment and the extrauterine environment is more different from the intrauterine environment. So for that adaptation of baby to the extrauterine environment we have to provide the newborn care. So these are the purposes. Now we will move towards the key principles of newborn care. First principle, preparation for delivery. As for the delivery, the special arrangement is required for the delivery of the baby, so the health workers should have to keep and maintain the arrangement for the delivery, and all articles which are essential in the delivery process they should have to maintain in the proper working condition. Then second principle, establishment of respiration. As after the birth the respiration is the most important and essential for the baby and his or her survival. So for that establishment of respiration the health worker should have to suction the air passage and the amniotic fluid from that air passage, and they should have to clear the air passage for the easy respiration. Third principle, prevention of hypothermia. As the baby's temperature in the intrauterine environment is different than the extrauterine environment, so for the maintenance of that temperature the health worker should have to provide the warmthness to the baby for the maintenance of temperature. Fourth principle, prevention of infection. As the baby's immunity is very low and they are more prone to the infection, so for that prevention of infection the health workers should have to be aware and they should have to provide the proper care for the prevention of infection. Last principle, establishment of breastfeeding. We will move towards the articles needed for the newborn care. As in every procedure different articles are needed. First is suction machine. Suction machine is essential to clear out the air passage of the baby, and this will lead to the proper respiration of the baby. Second, mucus sucker. Mucus sucker is also useful to clear out the air passage by suctioning the mucus from the air passage of the baby. Third, radiant warmer. As the health worker should have to maintain the temperature of the baby in the extrauterine environment. For that maintenance of the temperature, radiant warmer is very essential. Fourth, sterile cord cutting scissor. As after the birth, the baby should have to keep away from the mothers, means the umbilical cord which connect the baby and the mother, which the health worker should have to cut, and for that cutting the sterile cord cutting scissor is essential. Then cord clamp. As cord clamp is essential to clamp that umbilical cord, means after the cutting of umbilical cord, the cord clamp are attached from the both side, means from the mother side. Then sterile cotton balls. These sterile cotton balls are essential to clear out the secretion from the eye. As they are sterile, they will prevent the infection. Then rectal thermometer. Rectal thermometer is essential to check out the patency of the rectum by introducing the lubricated rectal thermometer. Then measuring tape. Then clean tray which contain stethoscope, gloves and sterile linen. First, stethoscope. Stethoscope is essential to hear the sound of the heart of the baby. Means for the measuring of the heart rate of the baby, stethoscope is essential. Then gloves. The gloves are sterile, so they can help in the prevention of infection by the health workers to the baby. Then sterile linen. Sterile linen, as they are sterile, they also helps in the prevention of infection, and the sterile linen are placed under the baby after birth. We will discuss about the general instruction for newborn care. So in that, first one is the emergency equipment for neonatal resuscitation is to be always kept ready in neonatal area. Means after the birth, some emergency procedure should be performed. So for that emergency procedure, means resuscitation of the baby, some equipments are essential. So that equipment should be kept always ready for the resuscitation of baby, means to providing the respiration to the baby. Then second is, do not stimulate baby rubbing the back or suctioning nose if the amniotic fluid is meconium stain. So in that, the meconium means it is a first stool of the baby. So if the amniotic fluid is mixed with the meconium, so in that condition the health worker should have to prevent the suctioning of the nose or have to prevent the stimulation to the baby. Then third is, if any deviation from the normal is anticipated, a neonatologist is to be informed. Means after the birth, if any external or internal abnormalities are found in the baby, so in that condition they should have to inform to the neonatologist. Procedure of newborn care means how the procedure of the newborn care is performed step by step. We will discuss about that here. So let's start. In that, first step is, place the baby soon after delivery in a tray with sterile linen with the head slightly downward. Means after the birth of the baby should place in the tray which is surrounded by the sterile linen. The sterile linen is to prevent the infection to the baby, and the head slightly downward. Means the reason behind that is it facilitates the drainage of the mucus which is accumulated in the tracheobronchial tree by the gravity. In the given figure below, how to place the baby is shown. So like that, we have to place the baby in a tray in the downward head slightly. Then second step is, place the tray between the legs of mother at a lower level than uterus. Means after the birth, the baby should be placed in the tray, and that tray should be placed in the legs, means between the legs of the mother. The reason behind that is it facilitates the gravitational flow of the blood from the placenta to the fetus, means through the umbilical cord the flow of the blood from the mother to the fetus is facilitated, as we kept the baby in between the legs of the mother. Clean the air passage of the newborn using the mucus extractor or bulb syringe. As baby in the intrauterine life, it is surrounded by the amniotic fluid, and that amniotic fluid is present in the airway of the baby. So for the clear respiration and for the clearance of the air passage, the mucus extractor or bulb syringe are used. In the given figure, it will show the extraction of the mucus from the newborn using the mucus extractor or the bulb syringe. It will maintain the patency of the airway. Then next step is check the Apgar rating at 1 minute and 5 minutes and then record it. Clamp and cut the cord. Cord is to be clamped, divided and examined following the birth of the baby. As after the birth of the baby, the umbilical cord is the one which connects the baby and the mother. So for the separation of the baby from mother, the umbilical cord should be cut, and that cutting is done by the cord cutting scissor by the health workers. It is done to identify the abnormality. The separation of the baby from the mother is must. So for that separation, the cord should be cut and clamped properly. The next step is dry the baby thoroughly, remove the linen and wrap the baby in a dry, warm blanket or sheet. The dry, warm blanket or sheet is used to prevent the loss of heat by the evaporation or chilling. Then next step is tie the identification tag which has the mother's name and the hospital number on the wrist of both the mother and baby and also on the legs of the baby. These identification tags are applied on the mothers and baby because in the hospital there are many mothers and their babies are present. So to avoid the confusion between the staff and chances of wrong identification, these tags are applied on the mother and on the babies also. Then next step is apply cord clamp and cut the cord shorter to desired length. In the previous step, we saw that the cutting of the cord is done to separate the baby from mother. Now we have to cut the cord shorter to desired length because the long cord can act as an abstraction between providing the care to the baby. So to prevent that abstraction, we have to cut the cord shorter to desired length, and to separate the baby from mother, the cord should be cut, and to avoid the blood loss, the